Why are insects not animals? Because, of course, they are. Think about it. Were you not taught, sometime early in elementary school, that there are three classes of matter: animal, vegetable, and mineral? Now, mineral is, by definition, non-living, so forget that. Vegetable is, plants, fungi and so forth. Things that move on their own, ingest, digest and eliminate nutrition, and reproduce their own kind, either sexually, or by splitting, are by definition animals. This certainly includes all of the vinsects, arachnids, spiders, tick, mites and other non-insect, eight-legged crawlies. If you look at as from the very basic, bottom line, of science, insects cannot possibly be considered anything but animals. They are certainly not plants, nor are they rocks, ergo, animals. Insects are animals. It's that simple. For some reason, a lot of people now think that animals are restricted to only mammals, which are defined as a warm-blooded vertebrate animal of a class that is distinguished by the possession of hair or fur, the secretion of milk by females for the nourishment of the young, and typically the birth of live young. Some people, those not quite as disillusioned, come to the slightly less stupid conclusion that only vertebrates are animals, which I suppose is fair, because vertebrates are by far the most talked about animals, or in other words, the most well-known. Animals are simply organisms that eat other organisms and have highly developed organ systems. Notice that it doesn't mention a skeleton, necessarily. Insects have exoskeletons, not bones. That does not mean they are not animals. They are. Their multicellular bodies, heterotrophous feeding, lack of cell walls and the presence of the blastula stage during embryonary development leave no doubt. The presence of true tissues, neurons and the gastrula stage means they are eumetazoans. Their bilateral symmetry means they are bilaterians. Their blastopore becomes their mouth, which means they are protozoans. The fact they grow through ecdysis means they are ecdysozoans. Their segmented bodies mean they are panarthropods. Their chitin exoskeletons mean they are arthropods. Several features in their eyes and nervous system mean they are pan-crustaceans. They have only 6 legs, which means they are hexapods. Insects are definitely animals. In fact, the most common animals in the world, more than 90% of all animals are insects. We know more than 1 million species, but there are probably other 5 to 9 millions we haven't discovered yet. All ecosystems were created to fit together in the circle of life. We are merely another creation within what we have become a part of our worldwide ecosystem. All insects have a unique genetic code or profile the same as we, and each animal does also. The multitude of distinct insect genetic profiles, which are written within its mitochondria of their DNA, can never be broken, and every insect will only procreate successfully with its exact match. No evolution has been evident. Every creature can only procreate with its partner's identical profile, spare the mule, and wolfen and possibly the Denisovan non-species, or similar genre mutants, as I like to call them. I hope that this information is enough for you to understand that it is impossible for the theory of evolution to have any credence at all, because no one, and nothing can rewrite the tens of trillions of mitochondria in any species. Hence the arrival of the insects was the time of their creation, and the animals were individually created, with their own species' unique profiles, to enhance various ecosystems as well. Insects are animals. They belong to the animal kingdom like us humans do. They are not mammals. They do not feed their young milk from their body, only mammals do that. They are also not birds even though they can fly, as they don't have feathers or a backbone like birds and mammals. Insects have 6 legs and 2 or 4 wings and belong to a wider group of animals called arthropods, which includes crustaceans, that is crabs, lobsters, etc. and other groups such as spiders and scorpions. Any of these animals have an outer hard skeleton and a soft inner body. We belong to a larger group also, such as fish, reptiles, birds, mammals, and we all have a backbone and known as chordates. All forms of life are either viruses, bacteria, protozoans, algae, fungi, plants or animals. Some animals such as sponges, worms and corals can look a bit marginal, but a layman's rule of thumb could be that any creature with any sort of eyes and/or any kind of legs or tentacles is an animal. So humans, dogs, birds, snakes, tortoises, frogs, fish, snails, octopus, lobster, ant, beetle, butterfly, scorpions, spiders, sea anemones, starfish, millipedes, centipedes all easily fit into the category of animals. Just in case you are confused, check the dictionary definition for mammal and for animal. Any insect is just as much an animal as you are.